In this Name It, Frame It, Tame It, let's explore micro-teaching. When you believe in universal design for learning, you quickly realize that professional development also needs to change. Not all teachers are the same kind of learners, and not all teachers need to hear the same material. So how do we bring agency to professional development and ensure that there are still high levels of impact for all of our learners? We are going to explore micro-teaching to help support checkpoint 9.3 in the CAS guidelines, develop self-assessment and reflection as we focus on adult learners. The strategy of micro-teaching, according to John Hattie's visible learning research, is a high-impact teaching strategy. It has an effect size of 0.88, which equates to about 2 years of academic growth in students, if the strategy is implemented and used correctly. Micro-teaching is a teacher training technique that asks teachers to record their lesson and self-reflect on their own teaching. Before COVID, the idea of recording teachers was not something that was popular amongst my colleagues. But now, since we've been on camera all the time, probably too much, I think it might be the time to jump at this opportunity. Let's explore the basic steps to follow to engage in this type of process. First, we need to plan. Plan your lesson and be specific on what you are trying to learn through the process. Remember, tight on goals. Maybe you're trying to implement a new teaching strategy, a new curriculum resource, or possibly you would like to see how you're providing feedback to the students you're teaching. Step 2 is to teach the lesson. Set up how you're going to record in advance. Try to make sure that you're not getting any students in the recording of you teaching the lesson. If you're not able to have video recording, you may want to consider audio recording and just listen to the lesson as you teach it. The third step is to observe your lesson. Go back, rewatch, and listen to the lesson that you taught. Reflect on your behavior, how the students responded to you, and what you might like to try differently. Step 4 is to replan. Now go back to the drawing board and refine your lesson to address what you learned from the first recording. Step 5 is to reteach. This may be challenging if you don't have the opportunity to teach the same content over and over again, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. Can you teach the same strategy again in a different lesson? Whatever you're doing, you're just trying to think about the same skill that you started the lesson with the first time. The research around this type of learning is proven to have drastic changes on your effectiveness in the classroom. You can use micro-teaching to replace traditional professional learning where the person is spoken at, which really has limited impact on what happens in the classroom. If you are in charge of PD, offer to support teachers throughout the process, or engage in micro-teaching from a professional development session you offer. Let's be brave and give micro-teaching a try. We would love to hear about your experience.